Hi, I'm Joanna Pepper, formerly Joanna Cicero, and I graduated from Taylor in 1999 with a degree in communication arts education. And I had the great privilege of knowing Ollie both as a student and also as an actress in his theater, although mostly I was in little itty bitty tiny roles, and also AD'd for him in Into the Woods my senior year, which was a great experience. I had just been thinking about Ollie when I got this letter in the mail asking people to send in their memories of him. And I'd been thinking about him because I'd just been reading stories to my children. I'm a homeschooling mom. We do a lot of reading. I do a lot of storytelling. And I'd summoned up all of my oral interp and dramatic skills learned in his acting classes and his oral interp classes, and thought about him as I was reading to my kids, and wondered if he knew that I was thinking about him. Wondered if he knew that the things that I learned as a 19 and 20-year-old would still be playing out in my life 15 years, 16 years later. If he knew that the impact he was having on me would spill over to the next generation and would have an impact on my kids as well. And though I learned a lot about dramatic skills in his classes and in the theater, the thing that really strikes me the most about Ollie is that for a man whose profession was studying words, expression of words, just definitely word focused, he didn't need very many words to communicate his deep affection and admiration for people, for the students that he worked with, for the faculty that he worked with. And I find that extraordinary and extremely admirable, that it was in his quietness that he made the most impact. And I know that surrounded by all of us dramatic theater people, it was probably really hard to hold his tongue many times. And I still think about him. I still think about how I don't even necessarily remember any conversations verbatim that I had with him. And I just remember knowing, walking away from any conversation, whether it was happy and fun or had more to do with why didn't I get the grade I wanted, or why didn't I get the part that I wanted, what can I do to change, even if it wasn't necessarily a happy conversation, you walked away from it knowing that Ollie cared for you. And that's a skill, and it's a gift. And although I think that it probably came pretty naturally to Ollie, he was an amazing person. And I think that his impact, like I said, will continue generation after generation because of the great impact he had on so many individuals. So I hope this is helpful for whatever you're putting together for the memoriam for him. And I just couldn't let the opportunity go by without sharing how special he was to me. And I was not a huge player in his world. I took some classes and I was in a little bit of theater, but I did not spend an extraordinary amount of time with him. And even with that said, I knew, and I still know, what an amazing person he was. So thanks. Bye.